Understanding impermanent loss. As you guys know, there are a bunch of opportunities in crypto to make significant gains by providing liquidity to a platform or yield farm and earn thousands of % in return for doing that. Now, an example of how this would look, and a popular one this week, is if you were to stake eGold and USDC as a pair in equal amounts to the Maya exchange for liquidity. What you would get in return is 10,000% APY and 467% APR, which is obviously a fuck ton more than your bank is giving you for leaving your money in your savings account. Now, there are a few risks to pay attention to not lose your money, like scammy sites or hackers, which is why you always want to do this on reputable sites, but also the much more complicated subject of impermanent loss, which I'm going to break down in this video. Feel free to like and follow for more. And stick around till the end because I'm going to share a little nifty tool to help. So what is impermanent loss? Impermanent loss happens when you provide liquidity to a liquidity pool and the price of your deposited assets changes compared to when you deposited them. So let's walk through an example of how this happens. Alice deposits 1 ETH and 100 DAI, which is a stable coin, in a liquidity pool. Now, in this particular AMM, the deposited token pair needs to be of equivalent value. So the 1 ETH would be equivalent to 100 DAI, which would mean that 1 ETH equals $100, and the total value of Alice's deposit would be $200 at the time of deposit. Now, Alice isn't the only one providing liquidity. There are other people adding to the pool, bringing the total to 10 ETH and 1,000 DAI. Now, with what Alice has put in, this means that Alice's share of the total pool is now 10%, and the total liquidity is 10,000. So let's say that the price of ETH then goes on a pump, and 1 ETH is now equal to 400 DAI. Now, as the value of ETH goes up, people will start pulling the ETH out of the pool. And what they'll also start doing is filling the pool with more DAI, because you'll need more DAI to equal a certain amount of ETH. Now, these AMMs, automatic market makers, don't have order books. It's essentially algorithmically run. So what determines the price of the assets in the pool is the ratio of the assets compared to one another. So while the total liquidity is still 10,000, how much ETH compared to DAI exists in there has actually changed. After all that trading, we now have 5 ETH and 2,000 DAI in the pool. So now Alice wants to withdraw her funds, and as we remember, she has 10% of the overall pool, which now equates to 0.5 ETH and 200 DAI, which equates to $400. So she put in 200, she takes out 400, she's made $200. But if she didn't put her crypto in the pool and she just had 1 ETH and 100 DAI sitting in her wallet, at $400 in ETH, she would actually have $500 worth of crypto. So even though the value of ETH went up, Alice still suffered $100 in impermanent loss. And that $100 is the impermanent loss. Now, this can be a bitch to keep calculating, but there's a website I really like, which is il.wtf. And all you have to do is input your wallet address below, and it calculates your impermanent loss across your wallet address. Hope that helps. Follow for more.